Honorable Judges of National Speech Competition 2026. Respectable all of the participants of National Speech Competition 2026. And all of my beloved audiences, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have you ever stopped to notice how Satya Nadella took the wheel at Microsoft? He didn't begin by obsessing over technologies or chasing short-term wins. He began by restoring the human spirit of the organization. By putting people back at the center, he led Microsoft to rise once again as a global leader. And have you noticed how Tadashi Yanai proved that Uniqlo could grow into a global powerhouse without pushing aside those who stood at the margins? He reminded the world that business greatness can walk alongside human dignity. So, today, I stand before you as Pramanik Putri Artdika Subandi from Universitas Pajajaran, inviting you to pause for a moment, to look beyond noises of ambition and achievement, to revisit a small habit that is often left untouched in the corner of the room, overlooked by ego and dismissed as unimportant, although it quietly holds the key to everything. Today, let us talk about from small steps to strong teams. Ladies and gentlemen, we often fall into the trap of believing that leadership means owning the truth, that our role is to give orders, to pull everyone in one direction that serves our personal vision, and to turn spaces meant for dialogue into echo chambers where only our voices are allowed to return. Is that how we have imagined the ideal leader? A leader who stands tall while choosing not to listen? If that sounds familiar, my dear friends, then perhaps it is time for honest reflection. In the middle of relentless global changes, trying to move forward alone isn't strength, it is limitation. Holding on to a sense of superiority isn't leadership. Real strength is found in inclusivity, in the courage to listen, in the willingness to recognize that progress is never built by one voice alone. Let me ask you this. What if the most brilliant ideas have been quietly waiting in the silence of our team members? What if innovation has been trapped behind lips sealed by fear, insecurity, or the belief that their voices don't matter? And what if the success we have been chasing so desperately actually depends on perspective we have never invited into the room? We often search for answers under bright lights, while the true source of innovation may be hiding in the shadow we have ignored. We forget that strong teams are not shaped by silent obedience, but by leaders who create safety. Safety to speak, safety to question, and safety to fully exist without shrinking themselves. Now, now imagine this. Imagine a leadership culture where inclusivity isn't just a slogan, but a daily practice. A world where no ideas fade away because of fear, no potential is buried under discrimination, and no leader feels powerful while making others feel small. When inclusivity becomes the heartbeat of leadership, organization transforms. They are no longer just places where work gets done, they become ecosystem where human dignity is protected and trust can grow. And from that trust, extraordinary results emerge. Not only achievements as large as Microsoft or Uniqlo, but something far more lasting, a legacy of integrity and mutual respect that no wave of global change can ever wash away. Because in the end, ladies and gentlemen, leadership isn't about being the brightest light in the room. It's about how many lights you help ignite in others. So let us begin with one small steps right here, right now, from small steps toward strong teams. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.